What is up, you guys? Today we're going to be discussing something that really grinds my freaking gears. GoPro. Let's get into it. So you may ask, why GoPro? Why are you, why do you have this vendetta against GoPro? I've been using GoPro the entire time that I've been filming stuff. I love GoPros. However, the latest stuff that they've been coming out with is very lackluster, especially whenever I get a new camera from a different brand and it's phenomenal. And I realize how long I've been suffering with using GoPro. And I know this sounds dramatic. Trust me, GoPro definitely has some perks to using it. However, using this Insta360 cam has really opened my eyes to what a camera could be. And I know it's not perfect as well, but it really shows as a company where GoPro was at when they started versus now. And that is, when they started, they were phenomenal. I mean, it was a game changer. They were the first of their kind. People absolutely loved them. I loved them. However, it's been a long time since their first one, and I have the Hero 10 right now. And the jump between a Hero 10 and their new, I believe they have a Hero 12 as their new one, the jump is not that much. And realistically, it looks exactly the same. The software seems to be exactly the same, and that's just the start of it. I've heard product support is also a pain point with these, and I've heard Insta360 actually, I've heard some great things about their product support. Well, with the new Heroes, I used to be able to get cases that I could put my Hero in, and it would protect it against certain things, but now this one I have to attach things to it, and it is like basically the case. So I kind of liked being able to wrap it up and protect it, and now it just gets splattered with bugs and everything, and that is the camera. There's no difference. So I've really been trying to justify sticking with GoPro, because at this point I have their media mod, so I can plug my mic into it. I have I think 5 batteries now at this point. Like, I'm not fully invested in them, but I have a lot of parts that were a decent bit of money for what they are invested into just this one brand, and they're very specific to that brand. I can't use them for anything else. So knowing that, it makes it a little harder to switch, especially because I was looking at the Ace Pro. Now the Insta360 Ace Pro, again, you see a lot of ads for them, which, by the way, if Insta wants to send me a camera to try, I'm very open to that, because I would love to see the difference for motorcycles, especially at nighttime, because I saw that they make the biggest difference at night with the Ace Pro versus the GoPro. So, and this isn't an ad for Insta360. I've seen people say great things about the DJI action cam as well. So that's another option that you can choose. However, I'm just going off my experience with GoPro and how much I actually regret going with a newer one versus just switching. So, my Hero 10 not only lasts maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes on a battery, but it overheats if it's not moving. Like, I've sat it for still shots when I was installing my sprocket, and I would come back to it and it would say it overheated. I'd be like, what? Like, it was just sitting here, and it wasn't even like it was some crazy resolution. It was 2.7K at like 30 FPS. Might have been 60 FPS, because that's usually what I like shooting. But regardless, it could shoot 4K, so I'm not completely taxing it, and it wasn't that hot that day either. So they're very hit or miss. People apparently, their quality control is not very good. So certain batches of the internals of these cameras can either work really well, or they overheat, or they cause issues. And unfortunately, from what I've heard, their product support just isn't all there. Now, I do want to switch to the Ace Pro eventually, but I just bought this 360 cam, and despite what I'm riding, I'm not made of money, so I don't want to keep dumping, $400 or $500 at a time on stuff, especially if I don't necessarily think it's going to make a huge difference. My biggest thing is battery life. Like for me, I carry 3 to 5 batteries with me on every ride. And this Insta360, since I got it, this thing has lasted every single ride that I've ridden on the whole time. And I've gone for, I mean, granted, just this year I haven't gone for any crazy ones. With Kevin, we were out for like an hour and a half. But even then, being able to withstand that is pretty awesome. Oh man, I need to get gas. I totally didn't realize that. Well, this might cut our ride a little short. I'm trying to think where I can get gas. I don't want to run out either. And we'll loop back through. I was going to take a nice curvy road, but it is rush hour right now, so to be honest, might not be the best time to do it anyway. Plus, this will be a quick little video, so I don't need too much time. But anyway, so with the GoPro setup, I'd be getting like 25, maybe 30 minutes. And especially in the cold in the mornings, 30 minutes max. I mean, it was terrible. Meanwhile, this thing had, I think, 65% battery by the time I got to work the one day, which is like 35 minutes. So it's pretty phenomenal in the battery department. And the surprising thing is, I looked it up, their battery capacities are pretty much the same. It's like around 1800 milliamp hours. So it's not even like the battery in this is so much bigger. It's just the optimization of the software, probably losing a lot of heat with the GoPro, just based on my experience. And the innovation, GoPro's kind of stood still. They've kind of accepted that, hey, we're the original, but they haven't really innovated since then, in my opinion. Now they have the minis, they have like the smaller stuff, but so does Insta360, and so does DJI. So they've got competition now, and I don't know if they know how to handle it yet. For instance, the new GoPro, again, looks the same as mine, whereas the Ace Pro, it has a flip-up back screen. It has a, I think, Leica. They worked with Leica on the lens. There's a lot of stuff going for it. And again, I think it's the same. You still have to buy a modification to be able to plug a mic into it, which I don't really like. But the other reason I don't want to switch necessarily yet is I rigged this new helmet up with a mic and everything to be able to accommodate my GoPro. And I do all of that. And this... and the Insta360 Ace Pro has a microphone input on the opposite side. So I would literally have to take all this off and reroute it through my helmet. It won't take too long. I mean, it is a pain in the butt, but still. Put what you guys like to use in the comments below so that I can get a good idea on the spread of, you know, what people like to film on. Because again, I was a diehard GoPro guy for the longest time. It might have been because they were the only thing in town, you know, until recently. And then, you know, I've heard also like Insta360 with the 360 cam, because GoPro has their GoPro Max, which is their 360 cam, and almost everybody I know goes to the X3 instead. So take what I say with a grain of salt, but I just had to complain about it, because not only has it overheated, but on my commute video the other week, it completely froze, and it wasn't like a literal freeze. It like cold. It froze to the point where it stopped recording with like 20-some% battery left. And then when I got to my work, I looked at it and the screen still had me riding on it, like still. Like it was completely frozen. I hit the power button, held it, nothing happened. Hit the record button, nothing happened. So I literally had to take it out of the mod, the media mod, and then rip the battery out of it. And that reset it, and I turned it back on and I saw it had like 23% or something like that. So that just really ticked me off, because that makes me lose out on a lot of viable footage just because the camera's being temperamental, which in my opinion is unacceptable. Whereas, again, so far it's still new, but this Insta360 X3 has been flawless. I hit record, it records. It lasts a long time, I don't have to worry about it, it's not finicky. Then we get to the other part, and again, I don't want to make this a whole complaint session, but then we get to the other portion where I went to record an entire commute video in the morning and none of the audio recorded. I had the mic plugged in. It didn't record the sound from the camera mic or my mic. It just stayed in some sort of in-between state, and it was complete silence when I looked at the footage. To say I was mad is an understatement. Now when I plug in my mic, I check it has little audio bars. I have to tap the mic a few times to make sure it's working. So, just disappointing. Again, little checks. I'm making it work for now, but there's a couple reasons I want to get rid of this. Let's get some gas here. You know me, every vlog I gotta have gas, right? People riding without helmets with their significant other on the back, really? That really ticks me off. I swear today's not going to be just a complaining day. It's beautiful outside right now. The other thing is I have to keep checking that the camera's recording in the mirror because the thing freezes all the time. I should not have to worry about that kind of stuff. Mazda wants any. Come on, Mazda. That was entertaining. I hope it was entertaining for him. That was fun. This thing is so much fun. Well guys, I can't complain too much today. 75 degrees and it's March. It's mid-March. You can't beat that. Again, feel free to drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys film with, or what you would film with if you did. I've just really had it with GoPro and I'm looking forward to the future. I think I might even invest in a little mini drone, so whenever I go up to like that big viewpoint that I did last year, I'll be able to fully capture it. So in short, GoPro, I'm sorry, you're not cutting it. I'm going to switch whenever I'm able and do everything with a different brand because it is just not, I'm not having it. If you guys like my little rant videos, let me know. Give it a like or dislike. I mean, that's how I know what to do next, you know. If you like this kind of stuff, I'll definitely film more of it. I'm not the type to be pessimistic, so this is kind of like out of the norm for me, but I did have to make a video about it because I want you guys to know my struggles that I've been going through recently with dealing with the GoPro. I even thought about, since I can't depend on this thing, making a redundancy on the GoPro to make sure that, like, do another microphone through like a Zoom F2 or something, just to be able to have a second audio source. But I don't want to have 3 mics in my helmet. I already have my Cardo mic, I have this mic, the Purple Panda mic. I don't want to have to use a third one. If any of you guys are curious what I use to motovlog, it's a Purple Panda lav mic with a GoPro Hero 10 on my helmet, and then the Insta360 X3, and then I'll use a Zoom H1N external mic for in my backpack as like a backup if you want to hear some engine noise, or I'll use it as external when I'm filming outside. That had a good pop. That was a great one. This thing is spicy. This bike is a liar. 34 miles per gallon? Yeah, right. GoPro, if you see this and you want to rectify the situation, I will definitely take a Hero 12 Black and then post a different video telling if that actually fixes all my problems. Because maybe it's just the one I have, but I don't know. It seems a little too common when I look at Reddit and a few other different places, so. The warmer weather, it does last a little longer, I'll give it that, but I bought Enduro batteries for the GoPro. I just bought them, so that's another reason I'm not switching right away. Supposedly the Enduro batteries aren't affected by cold near as much as the regular ones, so I'm excited to try them out. Everybody's out on their motorcycles today. It's pretty awesome. Not used to it. I guess as soon as that temperature hits a certain degree, people are out and about. Riding in shorts, dude, really? Oh my gosh. Like, okay, I'm not the best person to judge riding gear and stuff, but come on, shorts on an enduro bike seems a little sketch, a little squiddy, squid-esque, one could say. Blowing coal, sick. Hey, that's like a Hawk 250. That's like those Chinese ones. That's cool. I mean, he has shorts on, so I don't really agree with that. But so in the end, choose whatever you want to film with. I mean, it's your own choice. I'm just offering you my opinion and what my experience has been with the GoPro. And I think I'll be switching here soon unless circumstances change. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. I'll catch you on the next one.